Welcome to another edition of CWL Universe. I hope you're ready for another wild ride. And if you like what you see, don't forget to hit like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already to stay up to date on everything CWL Universe. If you would like to further support the show, our Patreon and Coffee links will be down below in the description. For now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
We are live with Vindication, the last Vindication of 2021 and the last Vindication before Merry Mayhem. I am Alexander Shaw. I'm joined by the chairman of the CWL and chairman. It has been a big week for CWL and it is only getting bigger as we are 7 days away from Merry Mayhem where we'll be in the land of the elite. But right now, we're here, and we're seeing Brittania going up against Kasey Warzone, two Genesis standouts from two different eras going at it.
This is going to be a very exciting opening contest, and one has to wonder just what the effect of Chris Princess will be on Brittania, because we know that they're going to be facing off in Merry Mayhem, but we don't know if there's going to be added stakes. We don't know if there's going to be something on the line for them, and I, for one, can't wait until we find out.
The opening match of Vindication is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, representing Mexi Lineage, weighing in at 200 pounds, from Mexico City, Mexico, Brittania.
We saw Brittania make his way back to Vindication after an injury from Chris Princess. He came back just a couple weeks ago to interrupt Chris Princess and Colin Prince's title celebration, and it seems he is back for one reason and one reason only, Chairman, and that is revenge.
Absolutely. You know, Brittania, as you mentioned, as he returned with a new mask, something that we've never really seen here before. And honestly, I'm just curious to find out what the lineage, no pun intended, is behind that mask. What is the meaning behind the mask? Luchadors are very proud of everything that they don because it's not just a character, it is who they are. And I want to find out more about what this mask means to Brittania.
Absolutely. Brittania, a student of the game, a student of Lucha Libre. Everything he does, both in and out of the ring, has a purpose. And what it looks like right now, his purpose is to say some words.
2 months. How time flies, huh, Chris? You see, just 2 months ago I stood in this ring challenging you, and you gave me a simple answer. No. What happened since? Allow me to remind you. I beat you little freaks, and I ruined your best friend's celebration. And what have you done since? You put me on the shelf for a few weeks? That's it. You didn't even beat me bad enough to put me out for an entire year.
Brittania, darling, what a difference 2 months make. 2 months ago, I left the ring after only speaking one word to you. You were nothing to me. And darling, I don't think you understand how beneficial that was for you. I didn't care about you. You may as well have not existed. But now, after you've humiliated me time and time again and helped trash my friend's well-deserved celebration, you are something to me. You are something I hate, something I loathe, something I need to rip into tiny bits and kick down a drain never to be seen again. You are something to me, and when I'm done with you, you will be nothing once more. No mask, no legacy, nothing but a shell.
It's not because I humiliated you. It's because I beat you, your little freaks, and it's not because I ruined your best friend's celebration. You hate me for the sole fact that I am the new face of Vindication. You've had a good 4 years at the top, Chris, but now it's my time. Mi tiempo, whether you like it or not.
You think a YouTube title reign is all it takes to be the face of Vindication? You think that your mediocre Vindication run has been enough to make you the face of this place? Dear Lord, you are more delusional than me. Darling, you have not done a damn thing. There are several people who have a much more substantial claim to be the face of this brand than you, including that friend you mentioned. Prince suffered a year under the mentorship of someone who didn't give a rat's ass about him. He was lost when I found him. What has he done since then? He's worked his ass off and dragged himself back up from there. He stumbled and then climbed right back up the mountain. He's reached the top now. Hell, I hate the man, but MD pulled himself back from a near career-ending injury just to be here on this show. What the hell have you done here, darling? Your argument is more strained than your relationship with your father.
What have I done? I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point, but I'd be more than happy to tell you. To start off, I kicked your ass and pinned you in this very ring. 2, I made it further in the band tournament last year than you did. Hell, I even made it out of the first round. I made the final 2. I could go on and on listing off accolades I've done here in the CWL and in the past. However, if you bring it up my father, that's a low blow. Ever since I got in this business, my father refused to train me and instead focused on others. So I did what I wanted to do. I did things my own way, and even after all that, I've not only began my own legacy, but I've added to the Reyes legacy. I don't wear his mask anymore because it's my time. I bear this new mask. My time to cement my own legacy. But I can say I have a pretty good relationship with my father now. Definitely a much better relationship than what you had with Jonathan. Aren't I right?
There you go again, trying to make it personal. Well, darling, I am ready for that. So if you want to try something that may be a bit more effective, go right ahead and try. And none of what you said does anything to add to your resume here. List every single accolade, it doesn't matter. Legacy and position aren't things that are claimed by pinfall or submission. They are earned through dedication and work. So even if you do beat me, you still have a long way to go to match me. But before that, of course, you have to go through me. And I will do everything in my power to stop you. So, darling, you want to try and earn what I have? Then begin your journey with the most vicious beating I can muster.
Chris, I can tell you right here, right now, that I began my journey ever since I was only a teenager. Ever since I left home and grew up in the streets of Mexico City. You can put me down as much as you want. That won't stop me. You're talking to the pride of Mexico, cabrón. If I have to beat you a second time, I'll do it. I'll do it in more ways than one. I've humiliated you and your little freak show time and time again, So why don't I do the same to you at Merry Mayhem in an Iron Man match? That way, I can beat you and cement myself as a top star on this brand.
Well, it looks like the gauntlet has been laid down and Chris Princess wasn't backing down from it. Iron Man match between these two at Merry Mayhem.
And his opponent, weighing 220 pounds, from Cleveland, Ohio, the Deathmatch Demon, Kasey Warzone.
Kasey Warzone making his way down to the ring, and I mean, Chairman, we just got some massive news here. Chris Princess versus Guerrieri in an Iron Man match at Merry Mayhem, but Brittania, he can't be too focused on that because right now he's got Kasey Warzone, one of the most dangerous competitors in the world right now.
Absolutely, a former Prince of Genesis here in his own right, Kasey Warzone, the Deathmatch Demon, as he likes to be referred to as, but the importance of that Iron Man match can't go understated. It is one of the most prestigious stipulations that we have here in the CWL, which we don't see often. We always see it end big fights, we always see it end big feuds, and we see it once a year guaranteed, at least for the end of the Supremacy. But honestly, I'm still kind of just shook that we're getting that in just 1 week's time.
Absolutely. Oh, Jesus! As Kasey Warzone catches the Hurricane Rana from Brittania, and I was about to say, Chairman, do you think that Brittania is necessarily ready right now as he hits that running complete shot? Is he ready for Kasey Warzone? Because right now, you know, he just had that altercation that got very personal with Chris Princess. You've got to feel that is still fresh in his mind as he's trying to fight back against Kasey.
I believe he's going to have to stay focused, because if he doesn't, if he takes his eye off the prize, this is something. This is someone he doesn't want to take lightly.
Absolutely not. But to his credit, he has been blitzing Kasey Warzone right now. He has been absolutely taking him to task here in this ring. And Kasey, outside of that powerbomb earlier in the match, he has not had a lot to fight back with.
He absolutely hasn't, but look at this now. Kasey sending Guerrieri to the outside. You got to imagine that Guerrieri is going to be a little bit more distracted here than usual, and Kasey Warzone is going to have to exploit that one way or another.
Absolutely. As Kasey sends him back into the ring, just stomping the back of the head of Brittania. And that's what I mean when I say Kasey Warzone could be so dangerous in the ring. Everything he does is calculated in the sense that it will do as much pain to the opponent as possible, but that one's going to be quite painful. Sheer drop brainbuster from Brittania, and Kasey's right back up the toughness of the Deathmatch Demon.
And here we go, look at this. Guerrieri now picking up Kasey and going right into that figure four on the head and dropping the elbows. You know, this is something that I'm actually not curious about. Is Guerrieri even going to expend all his energy to try and win this match? Because he's got an Iron Man match coming up in a week, and now look at this cover.
Only a 1 count for the cover. Brittania, you've got to feel, you know, you said not wanting to expend energy. Maybe you just wanted to get this one done as quick as possible. As he goes for that back handspring, not quite able to get it, floats over, DDT from Warzone. And Warzone looking to capitalize off dropping him on his head with that DDT. Oh. As we see that jumping cutter. And right now, Brittania in a bad way.
Ooh, now a kick to the lower back there from Kasey. Oh, but a roll up!
2, no. We've seen Brittania pick up multiple wins with that roll up, not able to do so here tonight. As now Latin mix-up from Brittania. That could be enough to put down Warzone here as he hooks that outside leg. But Warzone keeps getting that shoulder up.
Now, at this point, you got to start wondering, what is it going to take for Guerrieri to put away Kasey Warzone? But to me, it looks like he's about to get it done. Oh!
Warzone able to get out of the way of that dagger Zen, sending him face planting into the mat. And now, big roundhouse kick as he looks to go to the skies here. Looking for the Angels over the moonsault. That could be enough to put down Brittania. Hooks the leg. Did we just see a major upset? No.
Brittania and Kasey Warzone are tearing the house down right now, Alex. And this is only our opening contest of Vindication.
Absolutely, it is. We've got a big night of action, but Kasey Warzone still big on the action right now. As he's getting fired up with that drop kick. And now, oh wait a second, they have a little insecurity from the floor to Kasey Warzone as Kasey gets back to his feet. Both men going back and forth. And now we see him hitting. Go to effing sleep. As he hooks that leg. And Kasey Warzone with a major upset here tonight. Just pinned Brittania.
The winner of the match, the Deathmatch Demon, Kasey Warzone.
A big win for Kasey Warzone here tonight. And you've got to feel the Brittania didn't have his eye on the ball. Chris Princess maybe more in his head than he's willing to admit.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no shame in losing to somebody like Kasey Warzone. But when you have a match coming up in 1 week's time and the other person doesn't, you know that there's definitely something off there.
And now, speaking of big matches, from 1 week's time, two of these men are fighting to get a match at Merry Mayhem, which is a big stakes as well. But also, this is the first of 3 contenders matches. The winner of this will face the winner of a match later tonight at Merry Mayhem, and the winner becomes the number 1 contender for the Twitch title, whether that be Ebac or Lucas Butt.
The following match is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, representing Maxi Lineage, weighing 235 pounds. From Guadalajara, Mexico, El Rayo Dorado.
El Rayo Dorado making his way down to the ring. And he's someone who we've yet to really see find his footing here on the Vindication brand. We've seen him every time he wins a big match, he loses one right after. He's yet to find that foothold, but tonight, he is facing someone in Down Ranger who is a formidable competitor and then has a chance to fight for the Twitch title not long after. You've got to feel this is a huge opportunity for Raya.
Absolutely, and I think this is going to be the night where he shows us that he's finally put it all together.
And his opponent, representing the JPU, Down Ranger.
And here is a man who has, well, more than just a vested interest in the Twitch title match at Merry Mayhem, because Down Ranger, not only is he in a team with the current Twitch champion, he's beaten the current Twitch champion this season.
Absolutely.
So as much as they're a team, you've got to feel that maybe there's a bit of greed on the side of Down Ranger.
Honestly, I don't think he's programmed for such things, if you were to ask me. But you're right, Dow Ranger has been on an absolute roll. He's beaten Ebac. He picked up a win last week. He's beaten Kasey Warzone. To say that Dow Ranger hasn't earned his spot to be here in this match is just asinine, if you ask me. Yeah,
he very much so went from a fan favorite that wasn't really in the winner's circle too much to proving himself to be one of the best Vindication has to offer. And we've got two men who want to prove they are the best of Vindication. As the offense, they're going tit for tat right now with the tilt-a-will DDTs. Early cover from Ryo, only a 1 count. But only one of these men are going to make it to Merry Mayhem with a shot at the Twitch title in that #1 contenders match.
And, you know, we talked about it just for a short amount of period of time here in the last match. Gratteri knowing that he's on the card for next week, where Kasey Warzone was, you know, not confirmed as of yet to be on the card. These two guys are trying to fight for a spot on the card. So you know for a fact that they're going to be bringing on the game as best they can because they want to be on the biggest stage possible.
Absolutely. It's going to be the last show of the year for CWL. A lot of eyes on it. As these two men just trading chops out in front of our announce desk here. There's a lot of prestige, especially for someone like Ryo Dorado as he connects with that Dragon Suplex, who we haven't really seen on a major stage yet in CWL. You've got to feel that this could be a big coming out party for him should he beat down Ranger here tonight and then win at Merry Mayhem.
Absolutely. And now the second contenders match is going to be coming in here later tonight, and it's going to be between Zistro Horror and Garnet Court. So you know for a fact that those two are watching this match intently as they're getting ready for their own match later on tonight.
Absolutely. As now Ryo sending Down Ranger into the corner. Insigiri connecting. As he goes into the cover, that could be enough to put him away. 2, no.
As now here, Ryo Dorado's getting back up to his feet. Oh, we could be just seconds away here from calling it, Alex. Ryo Dorado's got Dow Ranger in a bad spot. Here we go, Sacrificio.
Sacrificio locked in. A sacrifice to the Twitch title. As Ryo Dorado sends a statement to the Twitch champion. He can beat his tag partner, and he can beat him too.
The winner of the match, El Rayo Dorado.
Ryo Dorado with a huge win, and now he is just 7 days away from possibly the biggest match of his Vindication career thus far. As if he wins at Merry Mayhem, he can challenge for that Twitch title. And I've got to be honest, Chairman, with a showing like he just had, he's got a pretty good shot.
I have to agree, but again, we're going to be waiting on the winner of Zistro Horror Garnet Court later on tonight to see who's going to be facing Ryo Dorado next week at Merry Mayhem. But here tonight, right now, we're about to see Flintlock Garcia take on Lady Brittania 1 week before Flintlock Garcia herself takes on Marilyn Benson.
Yeah, we know that Flintlock Garcia has been in a bit of a runaround with Marilyn Benson right now over some rum, over some lost cargo, so to speak, but we've seen people take their eye off the ball tonight and lose. She can't afford to do the same.
The following match
What
is
the...
set for one
What? What?
Introducing first, weighing 142 pounds, from the 7 Seas, Flintlock Garcia.
Now, Chairman, has Flintlock been hanging out with Kit Q from Genesis lately, or was this something on her own volition? Or
I honestly don't know. She seems excited and thrilled about it. I don't think it's even bothering her. Does she even know what color her hair is right now?
maybe she's colorblind?
And her opponent, weighing 120 pounds, from Newcastle upon Tyne, England, Lady Brittania.
Well, Lady Brittania making her way down to the ring, and I mean, Chairman, you've got to feel that with Lady Brittania, someone who can is currently not doing the best this season. I mean, she won Gold in the Bank, but she lost it within a month to Kumio Ishimoto. You've got to feel that she's got a lot to prove right about now.
I gotta agree with you there. Lady Brittania has always been the epitome of, oh, you're almost there. You're right on the precipice of greatness. And she just can't break through that glass ceiling. So I honestly feel that Lady Brittania just needs to put a few good wins together because, again, don't forget, not only is she a former Gold in the Bank winner, she's also a former openweight champion.
Absolutely. Again, she seems fine with it. I mean, it's not a bad look. It just, it took me by surprise as this one gets underway. And Flintlock Garcia backing Lady Brittania up into the corner here with the collar elbow tie-up that normally starts off these matches. Referee Eddie Douglas just trying to get a clean break here, and he does. This Lady Brittania sends Flintlock off the ropes. And a huge boot takes down Brittania. And Brittania, though, right back up to her feet with the headbutt. These two just slugging it out as this one gets underway.
I love how Flintlock Garcia tried to kick off Lady Britannia's head off. And Lady Brittania, in response, is like, oh, that's how you want to play? And she hits her with the exact same thing she just got hit in. Like, how does that just register in your head? This is what I'm going to do.
I mean, hey, just got to use your head sometimes. Use that old noggin, as right now, these two brawling on the outside. Something that I think favors Flintlock Garcia just a little bit, as she sends Lady Brittania smashing into that barricade. And these two continue to brawl here as the referee's count continues. Flintlock sent to the steel steps.
Wait, 1 second, Alex. I'm getting word right now that apparently Flintlock Garcia's locker room has been trashed, and apparently this was a prank by somebody. They decided to dye her hair before she was getting ready for her match, as she was just, I'm going to assume, napping in the backstage area. Maybe she was knocked out cold. How do you dye somebody's hair when they're napping? I think she was knocked out cold or something. I don't know.
Well, she goes for the backdrop driver, gets blocked as Flintlock Garcia goes for the roll-up, rolls through instead.
Oh.
Big butterfly DDT. Into the cover goes Garcia. Only a one count. I was going to say, Trevor, I mean, you've got to bleach someone's hair to dye it. That's mad painful. I get Flintlock's used to, sleeping on the seven seas, on the rockiest of ships and the treacherous of waters, but that's gotta hurt. As she is, I mean, again, she doesn't seem to notice. Maybe she's colorblind, maybe she just doesn't care, but as now goes up, over, huge jumping crusher there from Flintlock Garcia into the cover now. Oh, not enough just yet.
But now you got to wonder who the perpetrator is. Who actually went back there and did this to Flintlock Garcia?
Oh, so we see that jumping complete shot. I mean, I think people might have a few theories based on how the past few weeks have gone. As we see now, Flintlock going up top for Benjamin's Revengeman into the cover, hooking that outside leg, and Flintlock Garcia not able to get the win.
Lady Brittania is showing us just how resilient she is. It wasn't an accident that she became a Gold in the Bank winner and a former openweight champion, and she's giving Flintlock Garcia all she can muster right now.
It's now Flintlock pulling herself up in the corner here. Lady Brittania trying to capitalize on a downed Garcia, just setting her repeatedly into that turnbuckle. It's now Lady Brittania again fired up here. She feels herself getting onto the back foot, and that is maybe where she is most dangerous. As she connects with that drop kick. And now looking to go up top, Chairman. High risk, high reward. We've seen it pan out for Flintlock in this match. Will it work out for Lady Brittania? She calls her up to her feet. Flintlock's nearly halfway across the ring.
Oh.
As she connects, didn't get all of it, but got enough to knock over Garcia. As now, or it's like here, elbow strike to the nose of Lady Brittania. As we see Garcia off the ropes, drags her head first into the mat.
Now you've got to start wondering, if you're Flintlock Garcia, I've already delivered a lot of my best shots and I still haven't put away Lady Brittania. What in the hell do I have to do to put her away? How did Camillo make it look so easy?
I mean, the truth is, Chairman, it's never easy inside that squared circle. You know, everyone always giving 110, but Flintlock just seeing, you know, some of the best that Lady Brittania has to offer right now. As now, huge right hand sends Flintlock crashing to the outside.
The referee begins his 20 count on the outside. Brittania, though, does not want to take that way out. Rolls Flintlock back in. And these two are just going toe-to-toe, as I believe Lady Brittania could be looking for the end here. We are just one Geordie driver away from putting this one away. And here we go, Alex. Plants her down.
Hooks the arm. Geordie driver connects right onto the skull of Flintlock Garcia. And that is not it. Lady Brittania arguing with the referee, obviously frustrated that she could not put Flintlock away.
Oh!
As now we see the broadside connecting from Flintlock Garcia, as now down in the corner. Oh, pushes her way out of it. Does Brittania. Up and over with the Hurricane Rana.
These two are just going, again, toe-to-toe with each other. And quite frankly, I think that Flintlock Garcia is finally said that this is going to be over.
The Tongan death grip locked in. And there we see Lady Brittania out like a light.
The winner of the match, Flintlock Garcia.
Flintlock with the big win here tonight. I mean, hey, maybe that new look was just what she needed to put away Lady Brittania. I mean, it was definitely down to the wire, and at this point it comes down to the little things.
I don't know. I don't think she's a fan of that hair. I mean, I know that we don't have a rule against, you know, as they like to say, fun hair, but I don't know. This look doesn't work for me as far as Flintlock Garcia goes.
I personally like it. And I also like this upcoming contest coming up here just a moment, because we've got our second contenders match in this sort of Twitch title qualifier, contenders series tournament, whatever you want to call it. Zistro Horror versus Garnet Court. We know the winner of this will be facing El Rayo Dorado at Mary Mayhem. And we know Zistro Horror, he has been a YouTube champion before. He would love to get a chance at that Twitch goal. But Garnet Court, he's been on the come up as of late. Especially now with Alexandra Marie in his corner. He has some big things on the horizon.
The following match is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 200 pounds, from Moscow, Russia, Zitros Horror.
As Zistra Horror makes his way to the ring, we've talked all night, Chairman, about people, need to stay focused. Stay, focused on the task at hand. And you've got to feel Zistra right now. He's another guy who has got some stuff in the back of his mind right now. The Crimson Dragons seem to be imploding from within. And you've got to feel, even though he's got this big opportunity on his footstep, he can't really be focused 100% on it.
I have to agree. Not only does Zistro have to worry about the whole Jasper Starth, Jack Thunderheart debacle going on, we saw MD and Zyrotoa fight backstage a little bit as well. So, that's something that Zistro Horror is going to be thinking about as this match progresses.
And his opponent, Garnet Court.
Garnet Court gets ready here tonight. He has seemingly found a new lease on life with this partnership of Alexandra Marie. Now, Alexandra Marie isn't out here for this match, because she has, in our main event, a Vindication women's title match, a women's world title match, against Valencia. And you've got to feel, if she can win that, and Garnet Court could win this Twitch title contenders series, we could see both of them dripped out in gold in not too long a time.
I gotta agree with you there, Alex. We've seen it happen before. Sometimes things just don't happen for you when you're on your own, but then you find a kind of mentorship or partnership between two people that everything just starts clicking together, where, maybe it was just a little bit of a push that you needed in order to get to that next level. And that between Garnet Court and Alexandra Marie, I think could absolutely be it, especially if Marie wins here tonight.
Yes, but that is a big if. Obviously, in our main event, that match will be taking place, her versus Valencia. Valencia, no joke, Chairman. She's a multi-time women's champion for a reason. But speaking of multi-time champions, Zistra looking to win his second title here in CWL. Garnet Court looking to win his first.
And as both men are getting ready right now, the referee is getting ready to ring the bell. And here we go. The winner of this, as you mentioned, is going to be facing Rayo Dorado in just 1 week's time at Merry Mayhem. And as we said as well, you know that the pressure is on. If you win, you're in. If you lose, you're not going to be at Merry Mayhem. And everybody wants a bit of that big spotlight.
Absolutely. Like we've been saying all night, it's the last show of the year. The last chance to prove yourself in the calendar year of 2021. But, one thing we've also forgot to mention here, Chairman, these two sort of debuted at around the very same time. And Zistra Horror sort of climbed a little bit faster than Garnet Court to the top. Don't get me wrong, we've seen Garnet Court pull out some wins here and there, but nothing quite like Zistra Horror, who has been in world title contention ever since, I want to say, halfway through Season 3.
Absolutely. Zistra Horror, as we've said it before, he's the nearly man, unfortunately. He has gotten chances at the Vindication Championship time and time again, but he comes up short. But that doesn't mean that he's not a fantastic competitor. We saw it recently with Dustin Poirier in the UFC. He makes it to the title match, but he just can't quite get it done. That could be the very same thing that happens with Zistra Horror. You're at an elite level, but you're just not quite there to be at, the above elite level, where everybody just sees you as this unbeatable monster.
Well, perhaps it is at the land of the elite next week as he goes for a cover here that he could find himself becoming #1 contender for that Twitch title. And the thing is, we've seen him win titles before. We've seen him with the YouTube title, which is still a fantastic achievement, but we know what Zistra Horror wants. He wants to be the face of the brand. He wants to represent Vindication, and he just has not had a chance to do that. I mean, he's had chances. He's just not come up big yet. As we see him, though, catch that big leg of Garnet Court and send the big man outside.
As Zistra Horror, he's going to just throw caution to the wind.
Oh, Jesus. That could destroy your tailbone, Chairman. Missing that big of a leg drop to the outside. Now, Zistra Horror seems to be moving fine, but I don't know. I think he's going to be walking a little sore if he even makes it to Mary Mayhem as he connects though with the Siberian Claymore out of absolutely nowhere. 2! No.
I really thought that was it, Alex. As you said, that literally came out of nowhere. And now Zistro Horror in full control of this matchup. But look at him, he's fired up.
Zistro Horror looking to put the end here. We saw him throw up the X's there for the X-Termination. As he hooks the legs, grapevines them, and that is it. Zistro Horror, Rio Dorado, that's the matchup set for Mary Mayhem. One of those men will be facing either Evac or Lucas Butt.
And you gotta imagine that feels good for Zistro Horror. He was incensed in this matchup, and I've never seen him win something so dominantly before.
The winner of the match, Zistro Horror.
As Zistro Horror celebrates his victory, you've got to feel that Mary Mayhem's going to be a big night for the Crimson Dragons. We've got Jasper Star versus Jack Thunderheart. We've got Zistro Horror fighting for a shot at the Twitch title. Of course, we're going to have MD fighting for the Vindication World Championship later on in the show. It's going to be a big night, but it's all going to be about if they can all get the job done. Rio Dorado, formidable competitor. Jack Thunderheart, formidable competitor. Colin Prince, he's the world champ for a reason. It's going to be an interesting night for the Crimson Dragons.
But that is in 1 week's time, Alex. Right now, we are going to get into a match that very well could have been on Mary Mayhem, and we're getting it 1 week early right here on Vindication in Hawaii.
Yes, the MMC versus Graves and Valentine. And from what I understand, Chairman, this match, it was set to happen at Mary Mayhem, but these two teams, they couldn't wait any longer. They wanted a piece of each other now. They wanted to make sure that they have stuck their claim to those tag titles after the dust settles at Mary Mayhem.
The following tag team match is set for 1 fall.
Xander Woods making his way down to the ring. And he is a man who has a lot in common with a lot of people in this match. Alex Graves, Rick Valentine, both of them obviously being day one veterans of CWL, Xander Woods included. And he might not have the accolades of Alex Graves. He might not have the accolades of Ricky Valentine. But there's maybe not a man on this roster who has as much support behind him from this audience as Xander Woods.
I mean, the people love him for a reason, Alex. And I honestly, I'm going to say it. I'm going to come on completely and say it. I'm impressed. And kind of, you know, I'm a little bit touched the fact that Ryan Quinn has seen Xander Woods struggling here. And after 5 seasons, somebody finally stood up next to this man and said, I'm going to get you a championship. We are going to make you a tag team champion. And that's what Ryan Quinn's entire focus is in this contest here as part of the MMC.
I mean, hey, he's the wild card for a reason, and that would certainly change the landscape of CWL.
And his tag team partner, weighing in at 235 pounds, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Ryan Quinn. They are MMC.
As Ryan Quinn makes his way down to the ring. And we talked about it, he's the wild card champion. He showed up as Xander Woods' tag partner on the first episode of Vindication this season. And now on the last episode of Vindication for this year, they are teaming up once again against the team that won that triple threat match, Ricky Valentine and Alex Graves. And you've got to feel redemption is on the mind of the MMC, as now they're a proper team. They've had the chance to work out the kinks, iron out the issues between them, and now all that stands in their way of getting into possibly a tag team title shot is these two men right here.
I gotta agree there. Now Ryan Quinn and Xander Woods, obviously, trying to work out their chemistry, and they claim that they've got it all ready. They've got it all set. They know exactly what they need to do. And as you mentioned, Ryan Quinn and Ricky Valentine, Match of the Year contender last week. And I'm not saying that lightly. Match of the Year contenders so far. But now we're adding the elements of Alex Graves and Xander Woods into this matchup. Everything changes in a tag team match.
Absolutely. And we know Ryan Quinn has a interesting history with tag team partners and tag team wins and losses. Safe to say it's not always been his strong suit working with others. But I don't know, something seems just right with this team of him and Xander Woods.
And their opponents, weighing in at 220 pounds, from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, USA, Alex Graves.
Graves makes his way down to the ring. I mean, we've talked about it time and time again, him and Ricky Valentine's people who are not new to the tag team division. Graves, someone not new to Mary Mayhem as well. If you remember at Midsummer's Mayhem 2, him and Connor Gates unified the tag team titles into what you see now today. And had, I think, one of the longest reigns, maybe even still the longest reign with that belt. But he's looking to prove he can do it with just about anybody by doing it with Ricky Valentine. They got a shot at Broken Standard in only their second tag match together, and they took Broken Standard to the limit. Now that they've had some time to build that chemistry, you've got to feel that maybe we could see them beat the Broken Standard.
And his tag team partner, weighing at 240 pounds, from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, the gorgeous Ricky Valentine.
As Ricky Valentine makes his way down to the ring, I've got to say, Cham, we talked about Broken Stand, but also have to keep in mind, the 13 and Troy Winters. Their first tag match together, they won the tag team titles. Not many teams can say that. So, there's already that built-in chemistry there between them. They're already shown to be formidable, and I mean, who knows? They might be able to retain those titles at Merry Mayhem, in which case these teams need to be focusing on a bit more than Edward Bronson and Grub.
Absolutely. There's that gigantic question mark between who's going to be walking out champion. And you also have to keep in mind, these teams are vying for a spot to possibly be the next #1 contenders. But we still have people from Genesis. We still have people from Nemesis vying for that very same spot. Hell, we could even possibly see another cross-brand tag team contenders match. We could see another tournament. I don't know, but the tag team division is the hottest it's been in a long time here in the CWL, and I know for a fact that I can't wait for Merry Mayhem for the dust to settle so we can finally get the champions and we can start figuring out who the next contenders are going to be.
Absolutely. It's going to be a new year with a whole bunch of new surprises here for CWL. I personally can't wait, but I also can't wait for this match because, like you said, at sort of the buzzer, we had a match of the year contender between Ryan Quinn and Ricky Valentine. And they're looking to maybe turn it back 1 week. They're looking to run it back here tonight As though it looks like we're going to be getting Xander and Graves starting this one off.
I'm very interested to see how Xander Woods reacts to this kind of environment, as he now has the backing of Ryan Quinn behind him, and it looks like he's immediately going to be taken for a spin here, Alex.
Yeah, as he is just being spun around, and now back around by Alex Graves. Alex Graves, an interesting start to this match, to say the least, Sharon, but it seems to have been effective on both competitors.
Oh, right into the cover. Is this going to be it? Oh.
As he stumbles into the cover. I think it's the first time I've ever seen someone stumble into a pinfall attempt, but he did just that, as now lifting up Xander, huge spine buster connected. As Xander looking to get the quick tags in with Ryan Quinn.
He was already done after that spin, I think.
Yeah, that could be something where he needed to, slow things down a little bit, regain his bearings. I mean, look at his gold chain. It's all the way turned around on him. But Quinn right now, off the ropes, jumping knee drop onto Alex Graves. And these two, they know each other well. They've fought each other before, just like Quinn and Ricky. All these men, very familiar with each other's styles. It's all going to be about who can put that experience best to use, because they're all great competitors. It's all just about who has that mental advantage.
Oh, you see Ryan Quinn there reaching. I think he was trying to go for a tag. Not quite there, as Alex Graves is just starting to turn up, and now it looks like he's going to go for the tag. And here we go. The match of the year contender. We're going to get it again.
As now, oh, wait a second here, sweeps the leg. Johnny does Ryan Quinn as he picks up Ricky Valentine, and now goes arms hook, backslide driver, stacks high into the pinfall. Only a 1 count, though, against Valentine. As now kick to the face of Valentine, rolls him over. And now looking to target the arm of Ricky Valentine. You get rid of that arm, you get a little bit of a lot of his lifting base, his power-based offense. You get rid of the arm, and that's just sort of a secret tool he can use for help later on in the match. And of course, we see that tape on the shoulder of Ricky Valentine. We know he's had, injury issues with his arms before, with his shoulders. And you've got to feel that, Ryan Quinn trying to get rid of the other shoulder, the other arm, could be looking to have Ricky Valentine on 2 bad wheels. Yes, is now has Ryan Quinn isolated, trying to make a tag to Graves. Not quite able to get it just yet. Kick to the gut, gets blocked. High knee to Ricky Valentine. And now just trying to fight his way out of the corner is Ryan Quinn as he connects with that somersault DDT. And this is his moment. He's looking for it. Can he connect with that Quinn shot?
Oh!
Driving him face first into the mat. Quinn shot kills all but Alex Graves there to save his partner.
And then look at that drop kick took out Graves now as well. And this is going to be the best opportunity for Ryan Quinn to go for the victory. But Ricky Valentine, without a partner, you saw it there. He was going to go for the tag, but there was nobody there. As now Ricky Valentine is trying to turn up the pressure to give Graves enough time to get back to his feet.
Yeah, and also just to catch his own breath as he was hit with the wild card revenge immediately into the Quinn shot, as now he connects those shoulder breaker to Quinn, and now locking in that headlock there, using his thighs as a weapon, considering the damage done to the arms. But no, Quinn able to get out of it, as now traps the arms into reverse DDT.
Ryan Quinn is feeling himself right now, Alex. Alex Graves, you saw it there. He's looking for the tag as well. But Ricky Valentine is just getting taken down at every turn by Ryan Quinn.
Yeah, and Quinn right now feeling himself feeling a certain type of way as the Wild Cards Revenge connects once again into the cover. 2, but Graves breaking it up once more.
I think Xander Woods is trying to get in there in time in order to break it up, in order to intercept Alex Graves, but not getting there in time after another Quinn shot connects. Here we go.
Into the cover, hooks that outside leg. Oh, but Graves once again. And we see now both the men of the MMC trying to take out Graves. Graves able to sneak his way back out of the ring, run through neckbreaker by Ricky Valentine as now he's dragging Ryan Quinn to the center of the ring, stalking his prey here just a little bit. Turns around, knee strike into the discus lariat, taking down Quinn, and Quinn forced to roll to the outside, but Ricky Valentine needs to spend less time hot dogging and grandstanding, and he needs to make that tag to Graves, because in comes Quinn right away.
You can see Xander Woods on the outside cheering on Ryan Quinn. And you got to wonder, these two men have been inside the ring for quite a while. We know that their gas tanks are full because of last week. Oh, God, again?
I think Ricky Valentine, this one, want to stay in the ring to take out Ryan Quinn for good as the CWL special connects and both men crash to the floor.
As I was saying before the CWL special, I think both of these men need to go for a tag. We know that their gas tanks are good, but you have a whole partner that is not doing anything on the outside. They need to get involved in this matchup. It's not a one-on-one contest.
I think it's a game of chicken at this point between these two men. You know, who can stay in the longest and buy their partner the most amount of time against the opponent. And right now, Ricky Valentine wanted to make sure Ryan Quinn is nice and hurt for Alex Graves should he have to make that tag. That's now big boot from Quinn. Goes for the overhead strike, not quite able to get it. Rolls through into the DDT. As now looking to pose, talking some trash to Alex Graves. Instead gets caught though.
Ooh.
Just snapping back on the ankle. Jesus.
And there
As
we
now
go,
the
finally.
tag made to Alex Graves. And the tag made to Xander Woods. Xander and Graves, both fresh men in this match, chopped by Graves. Goes for the punch. Big overhand strike, but Xander kick to the gut of Graves. Goes for the insecurity. Graves able to block it.
Right now, Alex Graves is starting to turn up the heat, and this is the best opportunity after that vertical suplex right to the turnbuckles. Look, there's no Ryan Quinn. This is Graves and Ricky's opportunity to win this matchup, as now lifts him up.
Open Graves! As now the open opportunity has been seized, but not enough for a 3 count. As now Xander fighting his way up to his feet. Kick to the gut. Goes for the DDT. Instead, though, Alex Graves able to fight his way out of it. Got him in a front chancery of his own. Connects with that backbreaker. As now, it looks like he's calling for the end here. Got the arm hooked. And he's looking for that dirt nap. That triple suplex combination. Rolling the hips a second time, hook at the leg. And he connects dirt nap onto Xander Woods. Oh, and I think Ricky got pushed into it by Quinn, breaking it up.
That is very smart, and it just goes to show how Ryan Quinn has evolved as a tag team wrestler, as he is able to use his own opponent's momentum against him, as the Bulldog connects from Xander Woods to Alex Graves, and now Alex Graves is the one in the bad spot here.
And so Xander has him up! Burning Hammer from Xander Woods! That has got to be it too! No! How is that not enough to put Graves away as he's got him hooked again? Brainbuster this time! Just see Graves pointing out his head right where he dropped Xander. Xander though pushing off Graves. The shoeless wonder looking to pull off another one of his wondrous miracles here tonight for Team MMC. Big stomp to the head from Xander, and now sizing him up. The curve stop from Woods, but he can't capitalize. He's gassed.
That is where we were talking about the gas tank earlier. If Xander Woods is that tired, he needs to go for the tag to Ryan Quinn, as now going for the pinfall instead. Very smart to pull him off to his side. Could this be it? Has Xander Woods done it?
No, too much time spent. You've got to feel after that curb stop. It was all over. Graves was dead to rights, but Xander just could not capitalize off of his biggest shot. And now we see the lost soul connecting to Xander Woods. And Graves taking a moment to gloat, not going for the cover. Big mistake, and Xander now fighting to his feet. Kick to the gut, DDT lays out Graves.
Xander Woods, again, very smart to keep rolling Graves around, making sure that he's away from Ricky Valentine for the tag. But now Xander, he knows his gas tank is reading on empty, goes for the tag, allows Graves to get one of his own, and now Ricky and Quinn are back in it.
Big rolling elbow strike from Ricky in the chop block, connecting to the knees of Ryan Quinn. And now jumping knee strike from Valentine. That's these two now. Ricky Valentine sends him into the corner, looking for the final order, the final shot he has to put Quinn away. Connecting into the cover now. 1, 2. Oh, but Xander Woods at the last second breaks it up.
And you saw how he collapsed almost immediately, Alex. Xander Woods is trying his best, but his gas tank could be even beyond empty right now, but it was still enough to keep this match going, if even for just a little bit longer.
As now Ricky sends him into the corner with Graves in it, but Quinn fighting his way out of it. Big elbow strike getting some distance between Valentine and Quinn. Xander Woods still down on that rope right now, taking that bit of a reprieve, but that leaves Ryan Quinn without a frequent tag. Valentine sends him off the ropes. Bit of a malfunction at the junction there. Looks to make a tag to Graves here as he sends him into the corner. But Quinn fights his way out of it. Gets caught with the insecurity by Graves. And Graves tagging himself in. Seeing that Valentine's in a bad spot, and now Quinn tagging in Xander Woods. It is absolute chaos here, as now a meeting of the minds by MMC. Jawbreaker connecting from Woods, sending him into the corner with Ryan Quinn, and now the frequent stops of Xander Woods, the Shoeless Wonder, and Quinn looking to get in on the action here.
These men are utilizing the entire 5 count in order to get themselves tagged in and out to add more damage to Alex Graves. As now look at this, together with the low drop kick.
And that could be enough to keep Graves down for good as he hooks that outside leg. 2! No, Graves able to kick out. We saw Xander Woods was there ready to beat back Ricky Valentine. And now he might need to be ready again as the Quinn shot connects. The first to Graves of the night as he hooks the leg. And MMC with the victory. What a contest.
The winners of the match, the team of Xander Woods, Ryan Quinn, MMC.
MMC, now a well-oiled machine. And you've got to feel that they have got tag gold in their sights, Chairman, with a huge win over Alex Graves and Ricky Valentine.
Absolutely, and now they turn their attention to Mary Mayhem. While they are not on it, they know that they could very well possibly be in line next after the Broken Standard or the 13 and Troy Winters. And I'm excited for that, as now we see a man that we will see at Mary Mayhem as MD is making his way down to the ring right now.
I mean, we heard that Colin Prince, he wasn't in the building last week. We heard he's going to be here tonight. I mean, I don't know, maybe MD's looking to have Christmas come a little bit early. Is Colin Prince threatening the fiance of Ryan Quinn? I mean, we saw him run to the backstage area. Clearly, Quinn trying to find Colin Prince as soon as possible.
He's got a few rooms to look into, but I hope that he definitely gets to Prince in time. As like he's running to
as we see, MD just got laid out there as Colin Prince looking to just humiliate MD 7 days before MD's first match in nearly a year.
And that will happen, as you mentioned, in 1 week's time for the Vindication Championship. But before that, we have our main event here tonight for the Vindication Women's Championship, as Valencia defends the crown against Alexander Marie, who earned that spot last week in a fatal 4-way.
Yes, and we've seen this match before, and we saw how close of a contest it is. The difference is now that Alexander Marie got a little bit more momentum on her side, and plus Valencia just lost her title over in Wildfire Pro Wrestling. Could she be about to lose all of her gold?
I think it very well could happen, as now, as you mentioned, Alexander Marie has been on a roll as of late, and we saw Garnet Court come up short earlier, but we were talking about it during then, so we're going to talk about it now. Alexander Marie, she has taken an interest in Garnet Court, and maybe she's about to show him exactly how to get the job done and kickstart their career together.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got to think that there's a lot riding on this for both women. Obviously, Alexander Marie looking to become the Vindication Women's Champion, something she has yet to achieve here in CWL. She's yet to win a CWL title. Obviously, she's a champion over in Blacklist, over in Wildfire Pro Wrestling, their hardcore champion, but yet to win it here in CWL under standard rules. And tonight, she has her best chance against Valencia, whereas Valencia, she's sort of got FFF on her back right now. I mean, she's got, if she doesn't win here tonight, FFF is down to just one title.
Absolutely, it'll be just Colin Prince, but his championship reign could be coming to a close in just 1 week's time. And if I'm FFF, I am scared right now as we now await the entrance of the champion. And you can bet that she's going to come out as confident as ever, because if there's one thing that Valencia is, it is absolutely confident, and it doesn't go, it doesn't go without notice. She is one of the best competitors we've had here ever since the inception of the CWL 5 years ago.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a reason she is a multi-time women's champion. She has clawed her way back up to the mountaintop time and time again. A Vindication mainstay since the brands were even formed. And now, she goes up against someone who many people consider one of the futures of CWL. Oh no, this is going to be a hard one to call, Shannon.
It's going to be very close. A lot of people think that Alexander Marie should be written off immediately. Valencia is just unstoppable. But if we've seen anything in the CW before, is that anything can happen. And if you're already writing off one of our competitors for any reason whatsoever, clearly you're either new to watching this show or you just don't believe that anything can happen here in the CWL, which it absolutely can.
Absolutely. I mean, Xander Woods just beat a former world champion not too long ago. Anything is possible. And Valencia, you've got to feel tonight, understands that better than anyone. Hell, she's lost this title and it wasn't even televised before. She knows that anything can happen in CWL, and she takes every challenge just as seriously as a Cal Valen, as an Annie Thunder, as any of the major league challenges she's faced in the past. She treats every competitor like they could be the greatest wrestler of all time.
And it's what makes her so great. As you mentioned, she has lost that title more times than people have even earned it. That is how good she is, and she always brings out the best in everybody. If I'm Alexander Marie, I'm scared right now. You're in the presence of greatness. How do you overcome greatness?
I mean, here's the thing. That's the trick. She's gonna have to figure out.
The main event of Vindication is set for one fall and is for the Vindication Women's Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, weighing 145 pounds, from Hollywood, California, Alexandria Marie. And your champion, representing the fabulous Furious Freaks, weighing 135 pounds, from San Jose, California, your Vindication Women's Champion, Valencia.
A big fight feel on the last Vindication of the year. Valencia is someone who has been in this position multiple times. Numerous times. More times than maybe any other competitor in CWL. Alexander Marie, this is her first title match in CWL. And you've got to feel that the pressure is on for Marie here tonight.
I mean, as I said earlier, she earned this spot. It wasn't just granted to her because she had momentum, nothing like that. She survived 3 other women simultaneously, one of them being her former best friend, Aliyah Mistral, a former Vindication Women's Champion in her own right. So Alexander Marie, she could be coming in here with a game plan, and she could be just moments away from becoming the next Vindication Champion.
As we see a clean break between the two. Oh, spinning kick there from Valencia. DDT drops Marie right on her head. Is now Marie fighting back, not wanting to let the damage pile up from Valencia. She knows that once Valencia starts to get the ball rolling, when she starts to wear down her opponent, she becomes nigh unstoppable.
Look at this here. Alexander Marie gets caught with that kick to the midsection. There's another lockup. Marie pushes away the champion, and now with a cross body that just takes her completely out.
Absolutely is now arm drag from Valencia to Marie. These two have just been back and forth since the opening bell. But that backdrop driver could be what Valencia needs to start pulling ahead here. Now sends her into the corner. Big chop off the ropes. Running drop kick. And we've seen in the build-up, Valencia said she has a lot of respect for Marie as she goes into the cover here. Not even a 1 count just yet. She has a lot of respect for Marie. And we've honestly been seeing Valencia sort of turning a new corner as of late. You know, showing that she has a lot of respect for this division, for the people in it. And Marie is just another one of those people that she is excited to see finally stepping up her game.
And now these two are fighting on the outside. We're up to a count of 3. They have until the count of 20 to try and get back inside the ring. Oh, a nice super kick there from Alexander Marie. And you don't want to let this match end on the outside, because if you do, then you don't win the championship if you're Alexander Marie.
Absolutely. It looks like Valencia doesn't want that either. As now, oh, wait a second. Marie trips up Valencia on that top rope. Sending Valencia to the corner. Big forearm strike takes down Valencia as she now rolls her over into the cover. Only a 1 count. Now Valencia getting back into the ring here. Big right hand jab, and now has her up airing crash neckbreaker drops on the back of her head. And she's not done. She's going for more. As she hooks the arms and the thorn connects. And that could just be it. Into the cover, hooks the outside leg, but Alexandra Marie still fighting. That thorn has taken out many a competitor, but not Marie here tonight.
Let's now look at this. It's Valencia. Oh, she just lifts up Alexandra Marie and plants her right back down. But Alexandra Marie not to be deterred. This is the most focused and determined I've ever seen Alexandra Marie, getting back up after every strike. She wants to become champion, and tonight could be her night.
It very well could be. But Valencia not backing down, trading punches here are these two. Now, forearm shot. And we've seen this before. We've seen this in the match that crowned the first Vindication Women's Champion. That big lifting suplex. And that could be enough to win it here tonight too. And Valencia, with that huge superplex from outside to inside, picks up the win over very game Alexandra Marie.
Match could end at any second, and it looks like that suplex did just enough damage. Possibly took the breath out of the lungs out of Alexandra Marie to where she couldn't kick out. And as you said, Valencia retains that championship.
The winner of the match and still your Vindication Women's Champion, Valencia.
Valencia with the win over Alexandra Marie, and with that, we bid you adieu for the best of 2021. We'll see you at Merry Mayhem. I've been Alexander Shaw. He's been the chairman. So long, everybody.